Hello guys, and welcome back to another video with HobbyLink. So I was wondering, I don't know if anyone else was, what is the best space game on mobile? And it's a difficult question. I've looked it up and it is hard to find any that aren't unrealistic. So we're going to go through my 3 favourite space games for mobile, and I'm sorry that it's in portrait, but I couldn't help it because that is the way that Spaceflight Simulator works. So Spaceflight Simulator is my favourite of the 3 by far. It's pretty detailed and we'll get straight into it. So you've got large building space. Oh yeah, you have to build your own rockets, of course. Now you have around 50 parts, I think, that I just made that up, where you can choose, and each one has its own little piece of information. If you hold it, it says a small capsule carrying 1 astronaut. And you see this one says a high thrust, low efficiency engine, normally used for the first stage of a rocket. Yeah. I must warn you, I do have the full version. So half the stuff you'll see now will not be in the demo version. But I would definitely recommend getting the full version. You get all of this. It comes with the full version. All of that comes with the full version. They're just bigger parts. You get about half of these in the full version. All of these, apart from that one, and most of them as well. So some people also say, is it worth getting the full version on Spaceflight Simulator? Yes, it is. It's definitely worth the £4. But anyway, so you've come here to watch me play some, I think. So I've built this. I'm not going to show you me building it. We'll probably do more episodes on this game. Because if I showed you me building it, it would be quite a long episode. So we have the satellite in there. We have the 3 rocket engines. This is the Falcon Heavy, SpaceX. This is you can't get skins or anything without the full version. It's definitely needed. These are legs, because the rockets obviously come down and land themselves, or the boosters do. And there's the fairing on the top. It's made to be completely perfect in every way, as in scientifically correct. And there you go. We have takeoff. You have to align your orbits and everything. In the full version, you can go up to Jupiter and its moons. In the demo version, you can go to these planets. These are all my rockets I've sent up. Half of them not even intentionally. They probably just missed their orbit. And it's easy to get rid of them, but they stay around so you can play with them at another point. So for example, if you make a satellite, you don't lose it after a while. This is really loud in my ears. I don't know if you can hear it right now. Anyway. Yeah, so it's made to be really realistic, and it's a great game. It's really, really fun, but certainly for people who actually might want to be an astronaut rather than people who don't want to be an astronaut, because it's detailed. There's the Earth. The Earth has no water, which is why SimpleRockets is another contender here. You'll see the sun in a minute. There's the sun in that corner. It's like on the left. You control using these 2 arrows at the bottom. They are really easy to use, and the throttle is here, you see, with an on and off to cut the throttle. One thing this game has, SimpleRockets does not, is the fact that if you click something, it then activates. So as you see, I click the RCS. It gives me the option to use them. As I click them in SimpleRockets, you have to select them as a whole stage on their own, and the engines will probably cut out, so it's not as good. These are parachutes or flat thing. Anyway, we can get rid of the fairing. Just click on it. Oops. I may have done something that I shouldn't have. I've actually deployed this. There you go, and you just click the... Whoops, I shouldn't have deployed that. There's the engines. It's like a satellite, you see. Alright, so now we're trying to get this into orbit, if it's possible. Right, this is going to be the worst orbit ever. But yeah, I've got infinite fuel on. I must warn you again that it's not in the normal version, only the full version. So, yeah, there's a lot of things. The full version is definitely worth buying. Definitely worth buying. There you go. Low Earth orbit, the least circular orbit ever. So we'll just quickly edit that. Oops, wrong side. Right, okay, so... Sorry, I'm quite quiet when I'm... Make this orbit circular. And there we go, yet another satellite. You can make it completely circular. There we go. That is a circular orbit, there you go. And that is our satellite. So our satellite has been launched, and incredible game, definitely worth getting. One thing I'm warning you, it is incredibly complex, okay? So, for example, if I wanted to build a simple rocket, it would be this engine, and then we could add on like one of these, and then we could have another engine. This is the most ugly rocket ever. And then we could have that there, and then we could have this here. Put a parachute on top, in fact. This won't even get us out of the atmosphere, I don't think. Especially not, look, settings, here we go. We've got the sandbox settings. You don't get them if you don't have the full version. So off, off, off. Resuming game. So we're gonna launch our new rocket. Look at the fuel, it's rapidly decreased. That engine swallows fuel, but it does lift the rocket, so that is the ugliest rocket I've ever made on this game. Not even joking, it's ugly. Right, okay, so fuel's out. In fact, I'm not even going to bother. I'm just going to eject. I'm just going to wait. Actually, I won't make you wait. I'll bring you back in a second. Okay, so now we're speeding up on our descent. Kind of near us, so should be the rest of our look at it. There it is. So we're entering the atmosphere. Wow, right, okay. There's no effects when you enter the atmosphere. There's no fire, which is kind of annoying. It'd be cool if there was. Yeah, but this game, and the looks are really good. It looks very realistic, but like almost has its own touch on the looks. It's got its own style. The one annoying thing about it is the ground has no detail and there's no water, which I mentioned before. Whereas in SimpleRockets, there is water. Yeah. Also, it'd be cool if there was like a burning around the rocket when you were re-entering the atmosphere, but there isn't. So that's annoying. Another one I was going to show you today was Space Agency, which is definitely up there with favourites. But knowing how complex this game is and the other two games, I thought Space Agency doesn't have doesn't have a chance because it's just so easy. It's for somebody who doesn't really care about the game at all. So you see, we've half deployed and we're gonna land on the land, which is like normal because there's no other water. But then it's silent at the moment. You're not missing anything out. We're not hearing anything. But like, yeah, it's very detailed. It'd be cool if, but you can recover it and it'll say what your mission, what you've what kind of, I don't know how to say this. When you recover the astronauts from your thing, it will say their achievements, what they managed to do. So we're now travelling down at 12 meters per second. You can see our rocket before. It doesn't have effects when you land though, which is kind of annoying. It would be cool if it did, but there we go, we're entering the atmosphere. I will do a video of this and I will show you the most detailed Saturn V ever made on this game. Ever made on this game. It is incredible. It took me 3 hours to build, and that sounds like I'm complimenting myself. It wasn't my design. I copied it off a tutorial online by Swin City. Definitely check him out. I think I'm subscribed to him. He's amazing. If you like this game, there you go. Our parachute is open full, and we're only going 2.9 meters per second. And we're going to touch down. Oof. Parachute's gone. And then you're going to click on him, recover, and it says mission achievements. There we go. And it says he reached 10 kilometers and he reached 15 kilometers. Get complete mission, and we've finished the mission, and that is our thing. So, and it's got good tutorials and everything. Text tutorials, they're on here. Video tutorials, you have to go on YouTube, so you need internet for them. But great game, definitely my favourite out of the three I'm going to show you. Right, next one. Next game is SimpleRockets. After playing Simple Planes, I thought, wow, £3 for this other game. I'll get it. It looks good. Sorry, just flicking through. That's Simple Planes, and I thought, well, it's going to be worth getting, isn't it? Because look at Simple Planes. It's such an incredible game. And then I played for this game, and it's not worth buying at all. It's not. Well, okay, I say that it's worth buying, but it's not better than Simple Planes, or nearly as good as Simple Planes. And it's not as good as Spaceflight Simulator, even though it's cheaper. But one thing that really annoys me is that if you want a skin for your rockets here we go. You have to pay an extra 60p to make your rockets look cool, which I'm not happy about. One thing that Spaceflight Simulator doesn't have, which this does have, is challenges, which are good, fun to do, and I'm speaking really quickly now. But so yeah, and look, you see you can play from like certain points in your. So it will start me here, and I'll see, and I'll be like. And then I need to, and then it will. Oh yeah, another thing this has that Spaceflight Simulator doesn't have: a nav wheel. Spaceflight Simulator should seriously consider getting one. Well, it should. But, I mean, I can't really offend Spaceflight Simulator. It's like pretty much the perfect game. But, yeah, it's really, really helpful. It also shows the green arrow is the way, like, the direction you're heading in. Whoops, I just did that wrong. Whoops. That's not going to do anything, is it? Never mind. Anyway, I'll play a sandbox. But anyway, so yeah, but they should consider having a nav wheel, although they don't need one, because it's not really worth it. Right, okay, so playing on the sandbox. It has the SMOLAR system, which has basically S and possibly an M put in front of everything. Smurf, Smoon. Right, okay, so we selected something. I don't actually know what we're selecting. It's got nice little music for the builder. And this is something I've built before. You can build cars, yeah, but on the earth. And look at it drive, it's so fast. Whoops. But anyway, yeah, but as you can probably see, it's not very detailed. And there's less parts. Whoops. There's less parts and there is less detail on the parts and it's less realistic. It's basically, I'm pretty sure that Spaceflight Simulator was a copy of this game, but it was a successful copy and it is like definitely better than this game. Admire my rocket. But anyway, yeah. Oh, it's got smoke trails, that's another thing that's cool. But look, you can edit your course. Or you're meant to be able to. You can't really, can you? Because it's... Move, engine, move. Okay, we're on crash course. But anyway, yeah, so it's a good game. Good idea to have the nav wheel. Good idea to have the challenges. That's a really good idea, in fact. Good idea to have the smoke trail. It's got many good ideas, but it's just lacking on a few. Why is the earth black? Oh, is that soil? Oh yeah, it's got water. Definitely worth getting is water. Spaceflight Simulator is lacking that. That is one thing that SimpleRockets does have. So if I open one of my rockets, which isn't even a rocket, it's a car. But if I open this and I do a little bit of drive, then eventually we'll come to a little lake. And that little lake is one thing, there it is, it's around the corner, you can't, is one thing that makes me slightly forgive Simple. Whoops. But anyway, you can kind of see it in the right corner when I zoom out all the way. There you go, you can see it. Just about water you can land in, and it's got good water physics, so water is what they need. Right, next game. Yes, folks, this is Space Simulator. Very detailed, very realistic, more than a little bit dull. So here we're looking at the Sputnik, and you can go to cockpit view, which makes you feel sick. But anyway, so menu. I don't really like the way the controls work on this game, but there we go. So looks a bit like it's been made by somebody who doesn't really know what they're doing. So you can do the missions, which are like normal. You got like scenarios and things. So that's all we should just thing. And then it's got tutorials, which is they're not very good tutorials. But here it's got quite interesting stuff. So it tells you about like all the aircraft and all the important things about the game. So if you click on real scenario, we can go to Apollo program missions, and we can go to the launch of Saturn V Apollo 11. And it's an awfully complex game, and it's pretty much X-Plane 10, less realistic, but got the same like idea. So here we are at the launch tower. As you can see, it's not really a crawler, is it? It's got legs. Actually, you can't see 1 minute. Let me move this. Go. Move this. Go. Move this. Go. Move that. Go. Right, there you go. And we'll fly from the cockpit view. So you can go inside the cockpit, and pretty much every button here you can click. So to take off, we'll click verb, 37, noun, 11, enter. And you see the rocket engines have gone red, and there's smoke, and it's lifting off. And now there's talking as well in this school. You know, clapping in the background, you probably can't. The rocket's spinning. It's awfully slow. It gets louder and then it goes away again. Got a cool pillar of smoke, and it's awfully slow. You basically have to live through the whole Hollow mission, so it does literally take you 3 days to get to the moon. There is a time skip feature, but you can't have any autopilot on, and the whole fact is, got some talking there. The whole fact is that you fly by autopilot by this computer. Without the computer you can't fly, which makes it kind of difficult because okay, calm down. And you can't skip while there's any autopilot on, and you need autopilot on. So you literally have to wait through 3 whole days to get to the moon. Like, not joking. Well, it's one thing they could add. This is £4 as well, so you have to pay for most of these. But this one is kind of worth the money. It's quite fun actually, because they've got like a selection of rockets. So skipping the long wait, you can go to the scenarios. And you can start from every point. So we go to trans-Earth injection, for example. No, that's wrong. We wanted Apollo program mission. So I was trying to do the wrong thing. It says lunar. So we want this one. Right, okay, so we're in space. And the Earth is there. So we're massively up. And if we go onto the orbit screen, it's a pretty detailed orbit screen. Quite good, actually. Go. There's the Saturn B, and there's... You can go as far as Pluto. And there is infinite fuel, so you're not stuck by that. So, here you go. And then we can go on to control, go to ship, and we go into stage. And then we go on to manual. Actually, I'm just thinking there must be some sort of program. So it should be like lunar injection, no. Ascent orbit insertion, no, I tried that. Program 21. No? I don't know, maybe I have to do it manually. No? I don't actually know. If that just makes it roll, that's rubbish. And that's going to make it flip. Well, you probably can't hear it. There is noise, which there shouldn't be because we're in space. But it ignores the fact that we're in space, probably just for gameplay matters. I'm so confused right now. Bye. Yeah, never mind. It's a really difficult game. So that's gonna wrap it up for today. Bye. I'm pretty sure that's not what they did in the real thing. I'll see if we can get it above the moon. Here we are, entering the moon. I basically just skipped the whole wait.
Okay, they got 64. She goes good. Right, she goes go.
Right, okay, so now they're just going to speak for ages. I'll tell that for you.
Position 2 off flight controllers, 20 seconds to go for landing.
I don't know if you can hear it.
Eagle, you're looking great. Coming up 9 minutes. Okay, all flight controllers, go for landing. Retro, go. Lido, go. Guidance, go. Control, go. Telcom, go. ENC, go. Ecom, go. Surgeon, go. Capcom, we're go for landing. Eagle, Houston, you're go for landing, over.
See, it's quite realistic. It has all the voice from the actual Apollo missions. It's controlling itself right now, by the way. That one? We're 3 kilometers above the atmosphere. So we go into orbit. We can see that the lunar module is. It's meant to be super realistic, with exactly what they said at what times in the Apollo missions, and it's quite good at that. Don't ask me. The white spots, I think, are the RCS thrusters working, but don't ask. Oh yeah, the cockpit views are cool, aren't they? Can I actually touch this? I wouldn't trust me in here. I could just. There's the Apollo program computer. There we go. Right, okay. Right, okay, we're going down. Sorry we have to sit through this. We're only 0.3 kilometers above the moon. Okay, so they're 0.2 kilometers now. I kind of wish they'd hurry up because I'm getting slightly bored. I don't know about you. We're almost there. Ow, it just beeped in my ear. They're all gone silent now. Watch the legs, they go underground.
Okay, engine stop. HPA at a descent. Mode control, both auto, descent engine command override off. Engine arm off. 113 is in. We've had shutdown. We copy you down, Eagle. Okay, everybody, T1. Stand by for T1. Tranquility base here. The Eagle has landed. Rocket Tranquility, we copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're breathing again. Thanks a lot.
There you go. And that is the end of the landing. And they'll probably talk a bit more, possibly. But we have landed on the moon. Yay, and what would we do without blowing this up, eh? Stage? Woo! Yay! Right, now that's all for today, folks, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll be back with Spaceflight Simulator at some point, and sorry about the most of it, apart from this game, was in portrait, but that is how the games run, because they are mobile games. But anyway, thanks guys for watching, and remember to subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed it. Otherwise, just leave. Don't dislike the video, please. Please, I beg you. Anyway, bye.
Please remember to click the subscribe button and press the bell for more videos.